Alright, first and foremost, before I get started with the video, I'm going to be talking a little low. Family sleep. Normally I can only do videos late at night. That's about the only time I have free time. But first and foremost, I want to say I appreciate the new subscribers. More than likely, you came from a particular video that I'll get to here in a second. But for the few that did stick around and actually hit that subscribe button, I do appreciate that. But go ahead getting into the video. I don't even really know the title, what I'm gonna title this video just yet. It'll more than likely be something along the lines of the black community being counterproductive. And the reason why, there's many reasons how and why we are counterproductive, but the route that I'm going to go is in reference to a video that I did, and from me kind of piecing together and seeing certain things. But yeah, I feel we are very counterproductive, and part of my conclusion to that is this video that I did about 2 months ago. It may be coming up on about 3 months ago. This video that I did titled the dysfunction between the black man and black woman. When I first posted it, it may have gotten about 200 or so views, somewhere up in there. Many of my videos, I'm probably averaging like 40 views, maybe. But at that time, you know what I'm saying, that video was only at like 200 something views. Well, here in the last 2 weeks or so, that video has reached 1,000 views. Now, for a lot of y'all, it's probably not a lot. For somebody that's only averaging 40 views, if 40 is being generous, but if I average that number to get 1,000 views, that's a lot. Now, most people, they would, stick to whatever their topic is. But what I don't want people to be under the impression with me is that that's not what you're gonna get from me. I'm not a hot topic, trending topic type person. Because I feel I offer a lot more. I have a lot more things that could be useful than for me. Yeah, I may give great insight sometimes or whatever the case is, but I'm more than this topic that just so happen to get a lot of views. And the reason I'm using that example as a part of why we're counterproductive is because I'm getting to understand this algorithm stuff, and I already know that what I talk about, one, I'm not unless you know me personally, I'm not really gonna be all that interesting or entertaining, especially on camera, because I'm getting on here doing a pre-recorded video and getting off. So I'm not on here to try to entertain anybody, because I'm a little bit more serious in trying to appeal to the sense of entertaining you. But with the algorithm, I know my stuff and what I bring to the table, I'm not going to be pushed by an algorithm unless I'm playing into a certain sector, I guess you can say. But also, if it's not an interesting topic to people are probably not gonna watch it. So that being said, that's what brings me to the point of saying we're counterproductive. For this video to get as many views as it has gotten, and then for me to see, that's a lot of what we're talking about, online and stuff, it's either about relationships or black man versus black woman. That's really what it's then turned to. And like I said, I may give good insight. Like if people know me personally, they may say I give insight on those topics, but I don't want to be put in a box, and I don't want people to be under the impression that that's what's going to be, that's going to be the type of stuff you're gonna get from my channel. I don't want to play into the dysfunction, and I know the way this algorithm works. If it's dysfunction, it's promoting dysfunction to our community, and it has a lot of people, arguing or having a difference of opinion. It's really, that's all I can sum it up to, is even more dysfunction is going to push that. Me, I don't want to play into that. So to see it really has turned it like before, before I got off social media, maybe I don't know the time frame, but when I was in college, let me go from that standpoint. I got off social media for that reason because, and this is crazy if you think about it. I was a lot younger then, and I was fed up with what younger people are doing. And if anything, younger people will have more than an excuse to be engaged in dumb stuff. But if I'm upset with me being a youngster and being upset with my peers because they engage in dumb stuff and don't pay attention to more serious things, well, when I got back on social media, I wasn't expecting to kind of be dealing with the same thing, because I'm like, all right, I'm an adult now. I'm gonna be dealing with people that's gonna be operating in a different space. But I see the translation is, it went from possibly talking about people being sidetracked by entertainment and always wanting to party and not taking nothing serious, to now people get sidetracked with talking about relationships and black men versus black women. Especially the black men versus black women thing. That's more so why I'm saying we counterproductive. I don't think people really understand how crazy we look. Like, we really sitting up here. If you can relate, I feel like it's that Allen Iverson thing. Like, we sitting up here talking about practice. Like, we got bigger issues to be focusing on, and where our energy should be going. Now, don't get me wrong, our dynamic is important, but that should be in order automatically, or should at least be easy to get in order, because of these bigger issues that we have over here that we need to focus on. But we up here sitting and arguing about whose fault is it, instead of just owning up to, okay, this is where we falling short, this is how we can fix it type thing. Me, I've always been a person, look, I don't want to hear about what I'm doing right. Tell me what I'm doing wrong so I can fix that and then move forward. And that's what I apply to people. Now, it may be unfair because not everybody gonna operate like that, but I understand we lose too much time because people will take offense instead of trying to figure out how they can possibly grow, or whatever the case is. So, looking on videos and getting an understanding on basically what I'm getting myself into with getting back on social media, I had a different plan. Like, say, I know my topics are not going to be interesting to people, but I'm a solution type person. So even if my topic of a video is not dealing with somebody, it may be dealing with a vast majority that could utilize the information that I feel, yeah, we got a lot of issues within our community, but I think we be trying to bite off more than we can chew. And in the process of doing that, we losing too much time, and we don't fix the small things that we can focus on. So that's more so the approach that I try to take. So that's why a lot of my videos are not going to have those interesting titles or so on and so forth, but it's problems within our community. I got a lot of videos that I've been sitting on for a couple months now, and I'm almost reluctant to do some of them because it falls into that whole dysfunction that we playing into. Because it's just like, if all we sitting here doing, and my mind is blown, because looking at certain videos, and I can only look at so much, but I get each side is probably gonna have a certain experience. Like, this is not me trying to discredit what anybody has experienced individually. I'm not trying to discredit that. So the anger that somebody may have in regards to if they've had certain experiences, especially if those experiences are repetitive, I can definitely understand. But when it goes to the point of tearing each other down, like I'm hearing women tearing men down, I'm hearing, and now that is not as shocking, because like with the dysfunction video, if you can understand what I'm saying, and that you kind of can see, I've had that stance, I'm saying this, I've had that stance for a long period of time, so I can be more understanding when a woman, has a certain anger towards things because of what they've been through throughout a period of time, repeatedly. But I'm not used to hearing men list grievances as far as what we've been through with women for a long period of time, repeatedly. I'm not used to that. So it's not to say that I agree with women turn men down, because I don't agree with that. Even more so if it's not in a productive way. Like, yeah, I'm me, but everybody don't operate the same. Me, like I said, tell me what it is. Like, you don't have to coddle me or anything like that. Tell me what it is, and we move forward from it. Fix it, we move forward from it. So I'm not necessarily saying to turn down like you gotta coddle. It's a certain way to go about getting progress. And if you turn somebody down, that progress is not gonna come. So from the women's side, I'm hearing, men get tore down. And then from the men's side, I'm hearing women get tore down as far as, black women are no good. And this part right here is new to me, that this would actually be being promoted, that black women are no good, do away with them, so on and so forth. And then from both sides, you got the promotion of, and to each his own, but as far as promoting it as if more people need to jump on board with it, but you got both sides promoting other races over your actual, counterpart. And that stuff, for me personally, it goes against black empowerment. It goes against black progression. But when you got both sides doing that, it's like, if we do have bigger issues over there, and that bigger issue is, it could be literal or figuratively, war. We got a war over here that we need to be fighting. And whoever we need to be fighting, they probably looking like, you see these fools? Like, they arguing, they fighting each other. Like, and that's where my mind is blown. It's like, we really arguing with each other instead of, fixing our individual problems and moving on from that. Like, this is what occupies our time. So this is why I say we counterproductive, and this is why I say I don't want nobody to be under the impression that I want to play a part in any of that. Even if cause I like studying people. I like, hearing different perspectives, so on and so forth. Then when it's too much, I back away from it. If it's over consuming me or something like that, back away from it, get myself together, and then, keep it moving. But for the most part, I listen in to a lot of different conversations, whether I agree with them or not, because I'm just that's just the type of person I am. So to see, really, that's all we talking about. Now, don't get me wrong, I know it's individuals out there that's really trying to do some productive stuff, but too many of our people are caught up in counterproductive activity because we are engaged in certain stuff that's not moving us forward. Now, we can have those conversations. It's a certain way to have those conversations, even if those conversations have anger, involved in them. It's a certain way to go about doing things that could progress us. Tearing each other apart and turning our backs on each other is not doing that at all. And I would imagine that would be a given. But seeing where both sides are coming from and listening to people, it seems that it's not a given. Now, I don't know if, people have the same agenda, as far as, is it about progress? Is it about, views? Is it about, possibly making money? Or you're going to have some folks that, that whole all skin folk ain't your kinfolk. You're going to have some people that's like that's just who they are. But I wouldn't imagine that so many people are like that we would be so nearsighted to not understand that we're playing into the algorithm, keep us distracted and occupied dealing with all this small stuff over here and never progression, because we got all these good ideas but we can't move forward because we stuck on one topic. So I hope from seeing this video, whoever does see it, I doubt this video is gonna get as much views, because I mean the title, if I put it there, it may bring people, but like I said, man, when I talk about stuff, unless it's a word of mouth type thing, or possible, you know, me get co-signed by somebody, a lot of people are never gonna see my channel, and I just know, you know, that's what it is. But in the process of doing that, I'm hoping that I could connect with a lot more people, and that's what I'm in the process of now. I'm really trying to connect with more men, because the men, we got to get certain things in order to really see the progression that we need. Because if we don't do that part, it's already a challenge, you know, doing what we need to do. But if we don't do that part, being that we're the muscle, we really have no hope. So me getting back on social media, yes, to help everybody, to try to bring all our people together, and, you know, wherever I can help, I'm gonna try to. But I really, and I'm a loner, so it's hard for me to come out of my comfort zone and then start trying to connect with people that we're gonna have different ideologies, we're gonna have, you know, different viewpoints of things, so on and so forth. But my main thing is, if we can all be on the same page as far as trying to move our people forward progressively, and not, you know, engage in dysfunction, and be able to have hindsight and see how this could, you know, be twisted into dysfunction. Because we got to think a little bit further than just what's in front of us, because people play chess, and a lot of times we playing checkers. We can't do that. We got to move a little bit differently. So anyway, hopefully you get something from this video that you find useful. And, you know, yeah, I could be talking about a lot of different people that's playing into this dysfunction. Understand, it's not personal. I don't know y'all personally to be attacking you personally. My main thing is that I want better for our people. And I think most of us, I would hope it would be all of us, but I think most of us could play a part in it. And sometimes we lose sight of things and we get too caught up in it, that I'm not the person that's just going, you know, agree with you just to get along. You know what I'm saying? I'm not pointing things out. It's more so like constructive criticism if anybody feel offended, you know, by anything I say at any point in time. If you one of them repeated people that stick around, understand, man, I don't move in ill intention. I want best for our people, and if I feel, you know, we doing right, I'm gonna mention it. If I feel we're doing wrong, I'm gonna mention that. So we got to be able to take the good with the bad and understand it's all out of love for our people. If I call out certain things, it's not to attack anybody individually, personally, per se. I'm attacking everybody for us to move forward. But anyway, again, appreciate anybody that has subscribed. If this video gets you to subscribe, I got more videos coming at some point in time. I'm gonna try to get those videos recorded tonight. We'll see, but appreciate you.